Yeah.
So now when I'm out, people are like, "Oh my God, are you?" I'm like, "Yep, baby, I'm queer. Hi, it's nice to meet you."
You were right on time. Yeah. I mean, I considering your busy schedule, I'm sure over the last couple of weeks, it's sort of shocking.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like I'm here, I'm on.
Are you running out of new clothes to wear for every interview?
Yeah.
It's a recycle moment. It is such a recycle moment. Yeah.
Are you you're figuring out new ways to make old things that you've worn already look new?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
gotta make it do what it do. You gotta make it do what it do. I love your sweater.
Oh yeah, thanks. I was like, I know I have a red sweater somewhere. And I
Red. I got a little red.
I bet. I mean, you're running out of clothes to wear, so I can imagine that you're running out of red clothes to wear too. So now you just got to go with accent, right? Red accents.
Accent pieces. That's it. That's it. That's
I'm
it.
all,
That's
I'm all about it. Yeah.
It's so nice to meet you. I couldn't be happier for the film and for Michael and for you, especially given the fact that this seems like a really big moment for you. Does it feel that way?
it still is like a euphoric type of a moment. Yesterday with all of the love that came out with the film's release, it's still like, oh, okay, okay. I was on social media all day just responding back to however many people I possibly could with thank yous and you know, I'm yeah, I'm just very much I'm not overwhelmed because it's a good feeling to finally have this film out because we've been talking about it for such a long time, and to have it out and to see the response that people are having towards it and the love that it's garnering is just absolutely. I'm just like, wow, I'm Godsmacked, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, euphoric seems to be a good way to put that. Did you know when you filmed this movie that you would be sort of a part of a big gay Christmas boom? Okay. Take me back then. When did that all happen? I don't know when this was filmed, but
So we filmed in Montreal at the beginning of the year. We went there in March and we filmed until May. But no. I mean, we nobody knew. We knew that we were putting something out there that was different. We knew we were putting something out there that was new. But the 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 mon the word that I'm looking for is like the how this film is doing and how everything is going. No, nobody knew. Nobody knew.
Yeah.
No.
well,
It
I
really,
guess I wonder because it's like the last, there was a whole slate of queer Christmas movies that came out at the end of last year. I don't know if you saw Happiest Season or The Christmas House or The Christmas Setup. It was Lifetime did theirs, Hallmark did theirs, right? So basically, I just feel like this is like you're part of a real moment in like queer history where finally queer stories are being told in a sort of very traditional format. So
yeah,
what does
yeah.
that feel like as
It's
somebody who's part of the queer community?
it's nice. It's nice that these types of stories are being told and that they're being told authentically by queer gay actors. It's monumental in that respect because usually, they hire a heterosexual actor to portray a gay character. So it's not an accurate depiction of them, of
Yeah.
us. It's not. And I feel like the films that were released, we needed them at that time, but we really need Single All the Way. Single All the Way is the first film of its kind to not hold on to the homophobia and not hold on to any negativity. It is pure joy, pure love, pure happiness. And I'm glad that we're moving in this direction. And I can't wait to see what happens and what comes from it.
So you mean as far as gay stories, queer stories being told through a lens where we can just exist in the world as sort of straight people in these movies do as well, where it's a romantic story. It's not told through the lens of tragedy,
Mhm.
coming out, right? Like the traditional tropes. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah. Um,
Well, I feel like after surviving, I read that you survived a bout of COVID last year, I think. Yeah, I'm glad that you're better and you've recovered okay. So I feel like you really deserve this moment, you know? So I mean, like, big congrats to you. I have you been in touch with Michael? I know that you've been doing press together a lot. Are you both sort of like sharing in the splendor of what this feels like right now?
Yes, me and Michael actually had like a 15-20 minute conversation last night, just about how much love we are getting. Everybody is loving Peter and Nick. Everybody is loving the story, and it's such a good. I could not imagine doing this and going through this with anybody else other than Michael Urie, who is phenomenal, and super supportive and just a gem. He is such a gem. But yes, we talk literally every day. Um, he'll respond to me when he wants to respond to me because I know I'm a little bit annoying, so it's okay. But yeah, no, we talk every day.
I'm waiting for, there's like, because you guys have this. I mean, so I should tell you, I watched this movie twice. The second time I watched it with my mom.
Yeah,
Oh, you
yeah.
did.
Oh yeah, I did. Because oftentimes I love a movie. When I love a movie so much, I'm the kind of person, because I've always watched movies with my mom, I feel the urge to share it with her, just so that I make sure she sees it. So this was one of those movies I wanted to share with her. I know, like as a gay person, I didn't really get that experience growing up. I didn't, there weren't movies like this where I got to watch them with my parents. And it's sort of a powerful thing to be able to say, like, the movies, mom, that you used to watch on Hallmark or Lifetime, these sort of movies, right, are now being told in a way that is authentic to my experience. Do you ever feel that way? I know you're close to your mom.
Yes, I am super close to my mom. I love my mom so much. And I do. I do. It's when, because even my mom, she was like, oh, I'm going to watch this film so many times. And I was just like, okay, you're going to watch it because I'm in it. We get it. But she was just like, no, it's just a really good story. She was just like, I love that it's not about the characters being gay. It's about the character finding love, about the family wanting the character to be in a relationship, no matter who it is. So I definitely love the fact that you were able to share that moment with your mom, and she was able to see how your life is. Because I feel like since you said that, your mom is very accepting of you.
Oh yeah, yeah. She's been since I was a kid. Yeah, I mean, like, I told her I was gay, and she looked at me and she said, "I know, and I love you still."
But my mom, literally, she said the same exact thing. When I came out to her, she was just like, "Oh, baby, I knew, I love you," and I was like, "Well, hell, this would have been so much easier if you would have said something." But okay, whatever. But no, I'm very aware that a lot of people don't have those experiences that me and you had, you know, and it's nice to have something like this where you don't again, you don't see that homophobia, you don't see the negativity behind it, but you see a family rallying behind their son. And then also too, the scene between me and Harold, when Harold is having that conversation with me about Peter. Well, I always thought you and Peter would be together, you know and I'm like, well, I'm his best friend. Well, my wife is my best friend. Like, if people really listen to that and get that, that is, it's not heterosexual to gay, it is person to person.
Mhm.
All of that is out of the window. And I feel like that is so monumental to have. And again, actually, to bring up this, I got an email, not an email, I got a Twitter DM yesterday from a gentleman. He lives in a different country, and he was saying where he is, it is a crime to be gay. He watched the film, and he had said for the first time he felt like he had been seen, and
Oh,
that gave him hope. So
That must mean a tremendous amount to you.
I cried. I
mhm.
cried. I did. I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. It means a lot to me that it is affecting people in the way that it affected me.
And to think about, like, the kids who are gonna watch this. It's on Netflix. It's really accessible. And I think of the version of me who was 10 or 11 or 12 who would have loved to watch this with my mom, like I was saying. And now that can actually happen for young queer people.
Yeah. And they have a conversational piece. They can talk, after this movie. They can okay, babe, well, what is this? What
Yeah.
is that? You
Yeah.
know, and I invite conversation. I genuinely do. I feel like you know, I get where people come from where they're like, oh, well, we've had this talk, but conversations are still gonna have to be had. So
Right.
I'd rather
Exactly.
have them. I'd rather have them. I'd rather somebody come from a very inquisitive place. You know, I mean, I'm an open book, so you can be as intrusive as you want, and I will give you the real.
Oh wait, why didn't you tell me that at the beginning of this conversation? All right, let me pull that list of questions up.
Now, you know,
Uh, well,
Okay, go ahead, finish your thought.
I was gonna say it's a beautiful thing to be able to stand in the forefront for people and to, you know, be that conduit. Like I said, Nick, I said in another interview, Nick made me accept myself even more. So I'm super
Yeah,
grateful.
I read that. I think it was in the Hollywood Reporter. I'm really curious about that actually because I wondered, I don't even know how to frame this question exactly, but like, in what way did, yeah, playing the character make you feel more comfortable? Like, how out were you before the character, and then playing the character, how did you evolve personally in the sense of coming out to yourself, but also to other people?
You know, it's a difference when your life is private. It is such a difference when you're not in a public eye, when people really don't know who you are. It's easier to kind of, you know, live your life how you want to live your life. You can go out, you know, you can be with you know, your boyfriend or your girlfriend, whatever. But there is a difference when now you are in a spotlight and people are trying to figure out who you are, what you do, who you're dating. I'm like, why do you want to know who I'm dating? I'm
has
single.
that come up?
But
Oh,
yes, yes, it has come up,
yeah.
and
And
it's
what do
so
you say?
interesting. Huh?
And what do you say? Is that where you draw the line?
Oh, I'm single. But
Okay.
I do feel like I'm like Beyonce, you know, relationship is private until
Yeah.
but you know, for me, before the film, again, you know, my relationships have always and still will be private. I just feel like that's a personal thing. But with accepting myself, I accepted myself. I did. I did. You know, if people would ask, I would tell them. But it was more so of the liberation that I got from playing Nick, because Nick is how I am with my family. Just my mom is just like, "Oh, okay, is this the boyfriend?" I'm like, Mama, no, it is not. This is a friend. This is a friend. But you know, like I said, when I got home and I really sat down and got to think about everything, and I was like, this is the representation that I needed when I was a kid. And now I'm gonna have to talk to people about this. And I'm able to now, you know, versus before I was like, you know, that's a touchier subject. I don't want to go too deep into it because then people start to ask questions, and now I'm down for the questions. But
It
I
also,
really, hmm?
I was just gonna say it also isn't, I imagine, I'm not in movies, but it's so that means I don't do press. But it's probably not a very natural thing to talk to people you don't really know, like me, about your sexuality. Now that I come to think of it, like I don't do that on a daily basis, and you've been doing that for weeks.
Yeah, and that was the thing. I'm like, you know, why not stand in the forefront? Why not be that vessel? Why not be that conduit to embrace fully who I am?
yeah,
Like, you know, I feel like as we get older, I'm 27 now, but as we get older, the idea of trying to put on for people should go away.
hmm,
Should go away. And I'm just at that point in my life where I genuinely love who I am, and I owe a lot of it to Nick, you know, in a sense of how he is and how the Harrison family was with him. You know, it just showed that these types of things can be normal.
yeah.
So now when I'm out, people are like, "Oh my God, are you?" I'm like, "Yep, baby, I'm queer. Hi, it's nice to meet you."
Yeah, I don't think that, I mean, if they don't already know, then they're gonna know, right?
Literally. And
Right.
that was another conversation. They were just like, "Are you ready for this?" And I'm like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah."
Yeah. Did Michael give you tips on navigating it?
Me and Michael, when we talk, it's literally best friends. It's like, oh, what are you doing? Oh, I'm eating peanut butter. Yeah, you like peanut butter, don't you? But no, Michael gave me more tips on how to navigate the industry in a sense of just being an actor.
Yeah.
He has been truly a blessing. So has Jennifer Robertson.
Mm.
So has Kathy Najimy. So has Barry Bostwick. All of the people in all of my cast, even Jennifer Coolidge has given me advice. Rookie amongst veterans, and
Wait,
to hear.
What advice did Jennifer Coolidge give you? And was there any bend and snap action on set?
You said bend and snap.
Thank you. That's right. That's right. You know it.
She honestly, Jennifer Coolidge, her advice was have fun. And especially being on set and again working with these veterans, I'm like, you want me to have fun? Okay. But she literally was just like, have fun, have fun. Kathy and Jimmy's was do it different every time. Have fun, do it different. Literally both of them, have fun, do it different. And I was like, okay, what does that mean? And then when you watch them, like when I'm watching them like behind the camera or I'm in a scene with them and I'm seeing them do it different each time. Like Jennifer Coolidge's approach to everything, she does not know what she's going to do until she does it. That's how she keeps that funny. That's how she keeps that spontaneity going. And Kathy and Jimmy is such a genius at these improv lines and where to go and where to flow with this. And Barry Bostwick is such a professional and such a just this grounded actor. Jennifer Robertson is super funny, super funny. She doesn't. Have you seen Schitt's Creek?
Oh, have I ever? Of course.
I mean,
Holy
I
grail,
was like,
Jocelyn. Hey, Jocelyn.
yeah,
holy grail of comedy.
yeah, for
And literally, she is just one of the sweetest things. And she gave me one of the pieces of advice that I needed at the time because I was, starting to kind of feel like a little bit overwhelmed because I'm like, I'm in scenes now with Jennifer Robertson, Michael Urie, Jennifer Coolidge, Kathy and Jimmy, Barry Bostwick, and I gotta hold my own. Okay, I gotta hold my own. So I'm like, okay. And then we were coming back from set going to base camp, and I was like, yeah, Jen, this is my first feature film, and she was like, you're joking, and I was like, no, I'm not joking. I'm not. And she was like, oh my God, you would have never known. I
yeah,
would have never known.
It's true. I was like, I mean, she's right. I mean, I watched it, and I'm talking to you because I wanted to talk to you because I was like he is a star, and I'm like, what else has he been in? And then I looked, and I was like, why hasn't he been in everything? I mean, this is only the beginning, so I'm very excited to see where all of this goes for you. But Jen is totally right. I mean, the chemistry between you two was so easy, in a way that made it seem like it was probably easy. To find that between you and Michael, right? Especially if you were friends or you had become
Yeah,
friends.
me and Michael, we the thing about being in a pandemic is everything is over Zoom. There's no more really in-person type of interviews or action going on. But me and Michael, we did our chemistry read over Zoom, and we had to, you know, give chemistry over Zoom, which is kind of a tough thing to do because it's hard to sometimes articulate. It's because you're acting with a camera, and I'm like, okay, let's see how this goes. But honestly, when me and Michael started, everything clicked. It was an automatic thing. It was not forced. We were able to play off of each other over Zoom. And it was I remember getting off of Zoom and going into my sister's room and being like, I don't know what just happened, but I love it. And I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna get it. I don't know if I'm gonna get it. I mean, I thought
You got it. You got it.
you got it.
I did get it. Thank you.
This was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun. It's really nice to get to know you, and I'm very happy for your success, and to see where all of this goes is very thrilling. So I wish you the best, and I hope you have a wonderful holiday.
Chris, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for taking the time out to speak to me.
Yeah.
It means the world. because it's still one of those things where I am still in awe to even be having these types of conversations and to be giving a voice. So thank you.
Yeah.
Please give Mom a big hug for me.
I will. She will love that. I'll play her this video clip. She'll love that even more.
Perfect. Yes, please. Hi, Mom. You have an amazing son. Thank you so much for bringing him into this world. Thank you so much for accepting him. I appreciate you.
That is very sweet. She'll love that.